Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at home. Can't believe it, we're on our final countdown to our CrossFit at home series stopping and our in-person class starting. Cannot wait.
Real life.
In real life. Thank you to everybody who came yesterday, and it was awesome to have you down here. Okay, let's have a look at today's great workout. It's a two-parter. Part A is 10 sets of 7 strict press. You're going to be lifting every 90 seconds. That will take you 15 minutes. Limited equipment, so that's if you're working with a barbell. If you're working with a fixed or limited equipment version, it is 10 sets of your max press and 30 seconds per side. And again, you will lift every 90 seconds, so there's been a little bit of 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other, 30 seconds rest for you over here. Okay. Part B is 4 rounds for time. It's 5 handstand push-ups. And it's 15 wall balls, 9 kilo ball for the guys, 6 kilo ball for the girls, to a 10 and a 9 foot target accordingly. Now, if you don't have a wall ball, or you don't have a wall, or a ball, then you can do the alternative is to do a thruster using, we'll demo the thrusters in the warm up anyway, but a thruster using your fixed odd object as well. Obviously, handstand push-ups are the same for everybody. Just recommend that you do them up against a closed door or something like that. Okay, before we get into the warm-up and before we get into our drills, just a little note. This gets heavy. This gets really heavy, really fast. Sarah and I both had the same experience. We're like, oh, this is really heavy, this is really fun. Oh my goodness. So when you think about your numbers for your strict press, this is the single functional movement that uses the smallest muscles in your body. Okay, so whenever we do squats, we're using our quads and our glutes. Those are the biggest muscles we have. When we're doing deadlifts, we're using pretty much everything in our body. But whenever we're pressing, we're really just using the small muscles across our shoulders and our triceps. So these are small muscles that get loaded up really quickly. Why do I say all of that? Because don't be surprised if you are adding weight as you go through. You're going from 30 kilos to 32.5 kilos to 35 kilos, back down to 32.5, back down to 30. I mean, they're really small movements. Don't expect to see, unlike your deadlifts, where you're going from, you're starting off at 60 and then 80 and then 100 and then 120, right? Like big leaps. That's not happening today. All right, strict press. Warm up, 5 minutes of cardio. 5 minutes is just something to get your heart rate warmed up, get your heart rate warmed up, get your body temperature warmed up, get your heart rate up. Oh my lord, it was just too much excitement yesterday. And then we've got 3 rounds of 10 jumping squats, 5 pass-throughs and 5 thrusters per side. So jumping squats, pretty straightforward. Feet approximately between hip and shoulder width apart, just as we do our normal air squat. Chest up, tummy flat, sit down in the toilet, and then when you stand, jump up. Jumping squats. Pass-throughs. Should all be pretty well practiced at these by now, team. Legs straight, locked and loaded, bend from the middle, walk out into your plank, go into your downward dog, bum up in the air as much as you can, really stick that bum up, don't allow your elbows to flare here, keep them straight, quick look to the left, quick look to the right, and stand back up again without bending your legs. Rock and roll. Thruster. So, if you did the workout, well, yesterday was rest day. The day before that, we did front squat and push press. The day before that, we did thrusters. You should be well drilled in what is a thruster. Looks like this. It's a front squat into a press. Things to note. Elbow position out in front. Heels planted the whole way through the movement, chest up. Don't press until you get to this position. Okay. So 5 thrusters per side. Use, if you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, just use it. If you don't, find a bag of sugar, bag of flour, just something light, just to get through the movement. The reason we're warming this up is because the thruster is what you're going to be doing over here if you have a limited equipment version, and it's almost the same movement as the wall ball itself. Okay, then we're going to go through our regular pipe routine. I was speaking to somebody yesterday and they said, that pipe thing you do, what is that? Okay, so the pipe routine helps us warm up our lats and helps us warm up our shoulders. And believe it or not, the muscles that attach our scapula, our shoulder blade at the back, to our rib cage, our lats, if it gets tight, then it's difficult for us to get into a good overhead position. So we want to get this really well warmed up, and we want to make sure that all of our rotator cuff muscles, which are all these muscles back here, they're all firing properly. So that's specifically what this pipe routine does. And the first part of it looks like this. So we take our pipe, push it out in front of us, and now because I've got my left hand on top, I'm going to push it over to the right. Now, at this point, I can feel myself. I feel a good stretch down my lats, but I can feel that my arms aren't just quite straight, so I really want to think about there. And the difference for me between there and there is monumental. Okay, hold it for 30 seconds, other side, right hand on top, push over to the left hand side, push it out as far as you can, hold it for 30 seconds. Then we're going to go through our pipe pass-throughs, so not our floor pass-throughs, but our pipe pass-throughs look like this. And then round them, so 10 of those, and then round the world. Okay, so 10 pipe pass-throughs, 10 round the world one way, 10 round the world the other way. Okay, let's think about a strict press. I'm going to take a bar. A few things. Strict press, I'll just talk you through the setup, your points of performance. I'll give you a quick warm-up routine, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so pop the bar onto your shoulder, onto your front rack. So I'll demo this with a kettlebell as well, for those of you doing the non-object, but it's almost exactly the same. Tummy is tight, so really tight. Squeeze that tummy. Not suck it in. Push it out, make it really fat. Tight bum, tight legs. Squeeze everything really tight. Okay. Elbows are out in front of me. They're not out like this, but they're here. And my elbows track in front of me for as long as they possibly can. Out in front of me, out in front of me, out in front of me. And I finish in this position. Sarah, is the bar above my heels?
Yes, it is.
And is it maybe slightly in front of my heels? I think it's in the middle of my foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, maybe a wee bit forward. Maybe bring it forward a fraction. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking to have a straight line between where the bar is, and your shoulders, your hips, your knees, and your ankles. Right, so completely straight. Now, ideally, if the weight is somewhere between your heel and maybe where your laces are tied, that's fine. So somewhere in this region up here is fine. But if it's way back here, or if it's way forward here, no. Okay. So, take the bar, 2 sets of 10 reps, and with a 3-second pause at the top. So it looks like this. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay. So, work through those. Add some weight as you go through. Sorry, do your 2 sets of 10 with your 3-second pause at the top. Once you've done that, go through no more than 3 sets of 7 reps, adding weight to get to your starting workout weight. I would suggest it would be about 80% of where you think you'll get to. So let's imagine that you think you'd get to, well, 50 kgs, right? Which would be enormous, like that's like what Hulk would do. But let's just imagine that's where you get to, right? You'd work up to 40 kgs. So in your 10 sets, you're only going to be increasing like a really small amount each time. But my lord, you could strict press 7 reps, 50 kgs. My lord. Anyway, so that's strict press. So what I would suggest you do is you move to part A and you do part A, and then you come back for part B and go through the handstand push-up warm-up. Now, if you're doing a strict press with a fixed object, it's the same setup position. So elbow out in front of you, not massively in front of you, but out in front of you. Tummy is fat, bum is squeezed, thighs are tight. Push it over your head. Should end up in the same position. Yep. Okay. It's exactly the same movement. And I want you to take the opportunity to find how many can I do in 30 seconds on my right hand side, on my left hand side, and take the average of those. So let's imagine I can do 20 on one side, but I'm going to do 15 on the other. Okay, well then go for like 17-ish. Right? And that's your fixed number that you will always work to. Here. Okay, does that make sense, sir?
Yes.
Go do part A, hit pause on the video, come back for the warm-up for the handstand push-ups for part B. Okay, hope part A was great. Or maybe you didn't do that, maybe you're just going to listen to the whole thing. Nah, we can track you through YouTube, we know who you are. We can't really. So part B is 4 rounds for a time, 5 handstand push-ups and 15 wall balls. So what on earth's a wall ball? Wall ball, well, brace it forward, take a wall, take a ball, the top, the first line is 9 feet and the second line is 10 feet. And we have these set up so that the ball has to go over the line. Okay. So a wall ball is essentially a thruster. So I'm in this front squat and then I push this over my head. But I push it over my head and I fire it up like this. So, in your wall balls, it's really simple to warm up. Go through that motion. You might be working with the football. Football right here somewhere. Yeah, we'll do a football. So you might be working with a football to a target. You might be working with a basketball to a target. You might be working with a wall ball to a target. Spend 2 or 3 minutes warming that motion up. If you're just doing thrusters, just spend 2 or 3 minutes doing exactly what you were doing in the warm-up, okay? Should be pretty good to go, really, given all of the shoulder work that you've been doing in part A and the warm-up for our squats. It should be pretty good to go. Okay, now, handstand push-ups. First of all, we're going to start with a few wall walks, then we're going to do kick-ups, and then we're going to do handstand push-ups. And these are all scaling options. Now, if you can't do any of these, your shoulders have already done quite a bit of work. So the place to start with, can I do a seated press? Can I start with whatever I was using in the workout, and can I just do this? Yeah? If you can do that, then we'll move on to this next piece, which is wall walks. So start off, I'll start off properly. Start off in your push-up position. Push up into the plank. Legs up. And walk in. Stick your head through. Squeeze your belly. And walk back out again. Okay. That's the first option. Then practice some kick-ups. Look like this. Now everyone has a slightly different technique. This is how I like to do it. Sarah has a different technique. Maybe she can show you that in a minute. Okay. So my technique looks like this. I get into my sprinter position, and from here I like to explode up like this. Make sure you point your toes down towards the floor. Hold it for a few seconds. Sarah. I'm picked. So Sarah has a more fluid action, so she likes to sort of walk into the wall and do it all very, well, you can see yourself. Very good. Take a bite. Okay. So from there,
Camera goes mad.
camera goes mad. So, can I do my strict press seated? And can I do 5 of them? Yes or no? If no, stay there. If yes, can I do a wall walk? Yep. And I can do 3 or 4 of them. Fine. I can't do 3 or 4 of them. Fine. Stay there. I can do the wall walk. I go to kick-ups. Can I kick up 3 or 4 times pretty confidently? No, I can't. Stay there. I can. Move on. Handstand push-ups. So there's a scaling option here, and wherever it is that you get stuck and you go, nope, I can't do that. That's what you're going to do in the work. That's what you're going to do in the workout. Okay. So if you really struggle getting past 5 good solid wall walks in the workout, you're doing wall walks. If you find that you can't do 5 really good solid kick-ups, you're doing kick-ups in the workout. Okay? So it's a combination. This part B is a combination of skill training, but it's kind of skill training under fatigue. Your shoulders already have had a great workout, so this is just about skill and technique. And then handstand push-up. Handstand push-up looks like this. You kick up. I've got a mat. You don't have to use a mat. I like to use a mat. Kick up. Lower ourselves down slowly. Thumb against the wall. Bring your knees down. And kick. Okay. Part B. Part B was fun. Part B was intense. Sarah, guidance from behind the camera.
So I did strict handstand push-ups because I'm a bit nervous in the kipping.
Don't listen to her team. She's an absolute boss when it comes to these things. She just likes to, I just do strict ones.
No, I feel safer in that movement, but I am using 2 mats at the minute, so I don't go particularly far. I can do it with a bit less, but I was tired after the first part A.
Yes.
So I did it a little bit different. Yeah, the wall balls are just an eater.
Wall balls are an absolute eater. And if you're doing thrusters, you want to be able to do these things unbroken, pretty much. So make sure your thruster weight is just like really fast and or quite light, so that means you can just move really, really fast. And if you find that, if you're doing this with one arm, by the way, like do alternate alternate rounds from between your left and your right. Don't do 30, just do 15, but do 15 all on your left and then 15 all on your right. It's good enough. And if it means that the workout's a little bit shorter, that's fine too, because this one should just be it's more of a finisher blast. Great, okay guys. Any questions as always, drop us a line. See you for the next one. Bye.